Welcome to Insights to Opportunity. I'm your guest host, Lala Morris, Assistant Director of the City of Houston's Office of Business Opportunity. This episode is all about celebrating LGBT-owned businesses and Mayor Sylvester Turner's historic signing of Executive Order 1-70, which calls for the intentional inclusion of certified LGBT firms in the city's procurement process. We'll be going on location with our director, Marsha Murray, to meet the owners of Marfran Cleaning, LLC, and the business team, and to find out what this new city policy means to them. But first, we'll sit down in studio with Tammy Wallace, co-founder, president, and CEO of the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber. All this and more coming up on Insights to Opportunity. Thank you for joining us today on Insights to Opportunity. With us is Tammy Wallace of the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber of Commerce, which has seen significant growth since its inception 5 years ago. Tammy served on Mayor Turner's inaugural LGBTQ Advisory Board and has worked tirelessly to help bring LGBT certification to Houston. Tammy, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here with you.
So the last time that I saw you, we were on a Zoom call back in March when Mayor Turner signed Executive Order 1-70. And that executive order memorialized the city's commitment to including LGBTQ businesses in city procurement. Tell us about that day.
That day was remarkable. I mean, leading up to that, the work that we had done from educating, key stakeholders, working with OBO, working with Mayor Turner's office was just remarkable. But to have that day, to watch the mayor literally sign that executive order, it was so powerful. And it made such a statement to LGBT-owned businesses that they matter, they're included, and that the city is fully open for business.
So we know that the inclusion of LGBT businesses will promote equal access in contracting opportunities with the city. It also helps with economic development and job growth. Talk to us a little bit about, what that means to you. And I know that we partnered with the National LGBT Chamber of Commerce as well. Talk to us about, what that means to both the local chamber and the national chamber.
Well, for a local chamber, to be able to say that we are working with OBO, with the city of Houston, it's huge. To make sure that our businesses are at the table. But then to collaborate with the National LGBT Chamber of Commerce on the LGBTBE certification, I call it the triangle, with the city, with the NGLCC as they are known, and our local chamber. That's a powerful combination.
So the NGLCC is actually the entity that certifies LGBT business enterprises. Can you talk to us about that process?
Absolutely. So the NGLCC is the certifying body for the LGBTBE or Business Enterprise Certification, and they work with us locally. So if the business is a member of our local chamber, their certification fee is waived. So immediate return on their membership locally. From there, after they join our local chamber, although that's not required, but once they are a part of our chamber, they complete their application with the NGLCC, and that process moves through the different channels at the NGLCC, and then they come back to us as the local chamber and ask us to perform the site visit to confirm the business's eligibility from a physical presence location, etc. And then we submit that, and it's put in front of their certification committee.
Thank you, Tammy. So the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber of Commerce has certainly been a leader in giving an economic voice to LGBT business enterprises in the local community. And you were one of the co-founders of the Chamber of Commerce and currently serve as their CEO and president. Talk to us about why you initially founded the Chamber.
That is such a great question, and you just hit the nail on the head. It's about economic opportunity. When Gary Wood and I looked to found the Chamber in 2015, we were working on the planning. This is a big gap we saw. Economic opportunity and representation for the LGBTQ business community. We didn't have a seat at the table. Largely, I usually tell people we have certainly a strong activist community and a strong voting bloc, but when you looked across the community, you did not see the business community represented. We had to fill that gap and bring that intersection of business and community together to create a strong chamber and give tools and resources for our businesses.
So there are currently approximately 100 businesses certified by the NGLCC in the greater Houston area. Give us a snapshot of what those businesses look like. What industries are they in? If there's anything else that you can offer us.
Yeah, that's another great question. It actually, runs the gamut, like with, different certifications. We have everything from Michael's Cookie Jar as a great example, delicious cookies if you want cookies, custom-made cookies, to Bocce Engineering and Construction that do large projects working with as a prime and as a, tier 2. So it literally runs the gamut in terms of the certifications. We just worked with a new business owner who does access machines, and he typically does work, for example, with the University of Houston. So to create these opportunities for a variety of businesses, whether it's just raising their profile as an LGBT certified business or a direct opportunity with the city, with private industry, it's all a win-win.
I'm very familiar with Michael's Cookie Jar. They have great cookies. And Bocce Engineering has actually been honored by the Office of Business Opportunities Advisory Board for their commitment to diversity as well. So how can business owners connect with the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber of Commerce?
Well, first of all, we invite anybody to participate in our events. Of course, right now we're in a virtual environment, but we have tons of virtual events going on, including workshops. We always open the door and say, join us, certainly as a guest. The one thing I would say too is, one question we get is, do I have to be LGBTQ owned? Absolutely not. We have about a third of our members that are allies, and we welcome our allies to participate with the Chamber. You can visit our website at houstonlgbtchamber.com and learn more about the work that we're doing, different membership levels, different events, opportunities. And I would say this month, we're going to have a big Pride in Business celebration to celebrate the LGBTQ plus business community, which is a signature event for us, and we invite everyone to participate.
So Tammy, as we wrap up, I know that your chamber is also involved in advocacy, right? So in addition to the business development programs and networking opportunities that you offer, you're also involved in advocacy. Briefly tell us about some of that work.
Advocacy is key. It's a key component and key focus area for us. And I always say if a chamber's not advocating, I think they're missing a huge opportunity to make sure that those businesses are represented. In our case, to have the LGBTQ business community voice heard and seen and participating. And for our advocacy work, not only, for example, the certification, working with the mayor's office, working with OBO, we work at the state level. We also work with the Texas LGBTQ chambers, our colleagues in Austin, San Antonio, and North Texas, on issues around statewide legislation. And if you look at our legislative agenda, the one thing I would say, we obviously are, concerned and care about issues around social justice. We certainly work on those, for example, anti-trans bills, things like that. But we are a business organization, and we are advocating for bills that help our businesses, that support our economy, and will ultimately grow it.
Thank you for joining us today, Tammy. I can't think of a better time than Pride Month to highlight the great work that the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber is doing.
Well, thank you so much, Lala, and to have OBO recognize Pride Month and participate is wonderful. Thank you to the OBO team for all you've done to help us with the certification, and to Mayor Turner. We're so grateful.
Up next, we're going on location with Director Murray as she visits with Marilyn Jordan and Naomi Scales, owners of Marfran Cleaning, LLC, a certified LGBT business enterprise. Stay tuned.
I'm Damita Roberts, Co-Program Manager for the City of Houston's Liftoff Houston Startup Business Plan Competition. Together with the Houston Public Library and the generosity of Capital One Bank, we are gearing up to give away more than $30,000 to help 3 new businesses get off the ground. Winners in the product, service, and innovation categories will each go home with $10,000. And fan favorites will also receive cash prizes. So if you've ever dreamed of starting your own business and winning money to get it funded, go to liftoffhouston.com. Applications open for 2 weeks in July, so check out the qualifications online and follow @LiftoffHouston on Facebook and Twitter. You don't want to miss it.
Welcome back to Insights to Opportunity. Since 2006, Marfran Cleaning has specialized in full-service janitorial services for the commercial industry, including government, state, and City of Houston facilities. Director Murray is on location with owners Marilyn Jordan and Naomi Scales. Take it away, Director.
Thank you, Lala. I'm so excited to talk to Marilyn and Naomi, learn more about Marfran Cleaning, and also hear from them about what the City of Houston's new initiative means to them. Thank you, Marilyn and Naomi, for having us at your headquarters today.
Thank you very much.
So when Mayor Turner hosted the virtual sign-in of Executive Order 1-70 in March, I noticed that you both it was a really emotional experience for you. Can you tell me why that was and what it meant to you?
Well, I know Marilyn was, I was trying to make her kind of contain her emotions a little bit on the TV, but when we were doing the signing. Basically, for us, a couple that has pretty much living their life in a kind of a bubble, you know, kind of closed out that part of our life, being able to be a part of a signing from a city that you have made your home, started your business, raised your family, and to be recognized as a totality when we finally decided to come and live our life out loud. It was just an emotional day. That's what it was. It was just the emotions of that coming through.
Yeah, because being a business owner is challenging and comes with many struggles as it is. And then being a woman of color and part of the LGBTQ community, those layers just make it just that much harder. And to be a part of that groundbreaking milestone was everything. It was emotional, it was exciting, and it was so long overdue. Mm-hmm. So to be a part of it was even more so added to the excitement.
Thank you so much. It was really actually just great to be able to experience that seminal, signing with you all. So it's great to hear your perspective. So you've been business owners for a long time. So just, walk the audience through how you got started.
Well, we started in 2006, and Naomi has her version, I have my version, but they're both the same because she's always wanted to be a business owner, and we were both working full time, for employers. And with her having that dream, I told her I would support her with whatever it was she wanted to step out and do. And she's always wanted to have a cleaning company. She did that, and I'm speaking for her. Because I just was riding on the coattails, supporting her to do whatever it was that she wanted to do. So Naomi, you can kind of share how you really took off with it.
Yeah, I had always had this dream of owning my own business, but I was just going to wait until I finished with my federal career. I had spent 11 years in the military, then I was working for the Postal Service. So I figured, I'll still retire about 46. I'll be young enough to do something. But it came a little bit early out of necessity because my mother took sick and she had to move from Chicago to Houston to be with me. And at that point in time, I figured that this was the time to do it. Marilyn was really stable in her job, and so it was a low-cost startup, and we could pretty much finance it basically with her and her income for a while. And so it was just an opportunity, and it just came quickly when my mother took sick.
And how long have you been in business?
2006. We opened our doors August the 11th, 2006.
And why cleaning in particular?
Well, when I was in school, in college in Arkansas, I had was working for a construction company that was owned by an elderly black man, and I just saw him maneuver in those circles as far as services were related. And then we had a major cleaning company at the university that was hiring a lot of the students there, and so I said, well, that seems simple enough, and plus you're providing a service. And so I thought that was a thing to do. When you start a business, it should be a service business. And that's the only thing I knew was construction and cleaning. So I said, well, I'm going to do cleaning.
And then also with cleaning never goes away.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You can have many type of consulting services and all type of other entrepreneurships to dive into, but cleaning never goes away. And it's been proven even more so in the middle of a pandemic, mm-hmm. when so many things have been challenged, mm-hmm. even more than just being a business owner. Cleaning stepped up, which has also helped us to recognize that the business we're in, this type of industry, it'll never go away.
Okay. So as veteran business owners of 15 years, what advice would you give that business owner that is starting out or just might be just struggling right now?
I think the biggest advice was that that I would probably give them is to do your research, do as much research of the business you're trying to go into, reach out to other people that's in that business. Don't be afraid to ask them a question. And sometimes you may not get an answer, but don't stop there. Find somebody else and ask them questions, because there are some other business owners out there that are willing to share their experiences and give you advice so you can avoid some of the pitfalls. And we were lucky enough early in our start to find a mentor, a larger company, and they were very helpful to us, and we could ask them anything. So if you have an opportunity to have a mentor or someone that you trust, ask all the questions, but do your research as much as you can. Read about it, find out the trends, the processes, and also find out the negative things about the business, because that's important. But if you have a dream, just stick with it, go with it, and just do it.
And I want to add to that, networking is extremely important. Network, 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 and have your affairs in order. Don't take shortcuts. Don't think you can do backdoor ways. Take care of your taxes. Those are things that we try to stress to the young companies that are starting up that'll come and ask us questions. I mean, that's all I can tell you. Network, have your business affairs in orders, and don't take shortcuts.
So I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about the certifications that you have as a certified entity. Can you tell me what certifications you have and what role they've played in your ability to get new business?
Yeah, kind of feeding off what Marilyn said, just because we started early keeping our affairs in order. When we first started doing our certifications, one of the first ones were with the city, the state, the hub, and those things require you to have your things in order. So that was the process. It's not as bad as you think it is. It has improved over the years. It's not as difficult, but we have the MBE, the WE by the City of Houston. We have the Hub by the State of Texas. We're service disabled by the Department of Veteran Affairs, and of course we LGBTQ by the Houston Greater Chamber and the National Gay and Lesbian Chamber. So we have quite a few certificates out there, and they're all worth it. It's all been very beneficial to the growth of our business.
So in addition to being business owners, I hear that you're also authors. Can you tell me about what inspired you to tell your story and where we can get copies of your book?
Well, the inspiration was when my mother took sick, I started trying to write down and keep track of her illness and keep track of what was going on in her daily activities. As I started writing that, I realized that I got a little emotional, and I started telling my story as a child. Then I realized Marilyn has been in my life since I was 20 years old, so it became our story. And since we had been living in a closed bubble, it was time to tell that story.
No, and I think you've captured it all, and the books can be purchased on Amazon in Kindle, paperback, or hardback. The title is From Pain to Love, Our Journey Outside the Rainbow, and it is a story of perseverance, tenacity, commitment, poverty, LGBTQ community. It's not a piece in there that you won't be able to find yourself. You won't.
Thank you so much. It sounds really inspirational. Well, thank you for allowing us to visit with you today. I enjoyed talking to you, and I wish you all the best in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back to you, Lala.
It was truly exciting to hear how Marilyn and Naomi built Marfran Cleaning, and about the impact that the city's inclusion of LGBT business enterprises will have on their business. This is a big win. Up next, we'll go on location once again with Director Murray to visit with another LGBT-owned enterprise, the business team.
No matter where you are in the process of owning and operating your business, the Office of Business Opportunity is here to help. Visit the OBO Solutions Center online, where you can find information about licenses and permits and links to our new business guides in both English and Spanish. There are also guides that can help you navigate marketing and business plan development, legal structure, employment, insurance and bonding, and business loans and financing. If you prefer one-on-one business counseling, you can also make an appointment with our Business Development Manager. For more information, go to houstontx.gov/OBO and click on OBO Solutions Center. You can also email obosc@houstontx.gov or give us a call at 832-393-0954.
We're back, and thanks for tuning in to Insights to Opportunity. The business team provides customized solutions for companies and executives conducting business on the road. Director Murray visited with the company's CEO and solutions developer, Kim Adams. Let's join them on location.
Thank you, Lala. Kim and I are here at Sesh Co-working, a space owned by women with a mission to foster community through collaboration. Kim, thank you so much for joining me today and also choosing this fantastic space for us to meet.
Absolutely. Sesh Co-working is by far one of my favorite places. It's one of the best places to find some peace when there's so much going on in the world. There's been a lot going on in the last year, and it really allows me to come in and work with clients and remove as much of the outside noise as possible. So I'm very grateful for Maggie and Meredith reaching out to find me, actually.
Well, it's certainly a very beautiful space and a great option for entrepreneurs in the current environment that we're in. So this is a great segue to actually learn about your business. I hear that you operate in a realm of mobile realm and assist executives on the go. Tell me more about the business team, your company.
Well, my my background is in hospitality as a start. My family grew up in that industry in New Orleans. Talk about the mecca of hospitality and good treatment when you are on the road. Katrina brought me to Houston, and I landed in an industry I did not expect to land in. That was the engineering world, but everything that I had done in New Orleans with regard to the background workings of throwing the party that New Orleans is really worked perfectly for the fast-paced project world of the oil and gas industry. The long-term temporary work of project execution is perfect when you are used to working with movie companies and working with community relations organizations or nonprofit organizations that have a very finite lifespan. Excuse me. One of the things that we found was the caveat for traveling executives is how do they get that seamless continuity of support when they're on the road. So we created the business team for that purpose and took the standard infrastructure of corporate support on the road.
Okay. So tell me about the specific services that you actually provide to business owners on the road.
That is a great question. Thank you very much for asking. We provide support in the areas of admin, IT help desk, procurement, quality and safety, and in training and material translation.
Okay. So I'm particularly interested in just really learning more about the procurement support that you provide, because we serve a lot of businesses that actually bid on city contracts, other governmental contracts, as well as in the private sector. And so I'm sure they'd love to hear some more details about your procurement support.
Absolutely, thank you very much. Our procurement support, it supports smaller organizations or subcontractors that are trying to fit into the synergy of projects. So there are many new companies that are starting and they don't know how to file for certain certifications. They don't know how to collectively engage with larger companies, and we help them with putting project bids together, the assembly, the content. Expertise comes from them, but then putting that bid together so they can connect with those prime contractors and be available for these many projects that are going on within the city is our goal for them.
Sounds like a wonderful service. I hope our many businesses will be able to take advantage
Fantastic.
Of them. So share with us some information about your team that provides all these fantastic services.
Our team is phenomenal, and they bring at least 25 years experience to the table, which enables us to drill down and do root cause analysis far better than putting temporary agents in a space as quickly as they are able to learn. There is a certain comfort and security in bringing that multitude and extensive experience to the table. So our contractors that are on our team are the people that are doing the work. They're not outsourcing it, and you will get more efficient and more thorough results that way.
Kim, so I understand that you're a member of the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber of Commerce. Can you tell me what motivated you to join that chamber, and what do you find most valuable about you being a member of the chamber?
Absolutely. In addition to having the privilege of being the lesbian poster child, who wouldn't want that? I'm kidding. I meet great other companies and entrepreneurs like SESH. We met them through the chamber. We had our first major project in our connection with the chamber. The connection that we have with the chamber allows us to grow by trial and error, because there are a variety of entrepreneurs and businesses in there. We're able to fit our services and use that as a resource of information on how we can better serve our clients because of the diversity that's in there.
Okay. Well, Kim, thank you so much for inviting us to this beautiful co-working space, SESH co-working today, and also for sharing details about your company with us. So I'd certainly like for you to impart that one piece of advice that you would give to small business owners out there that are watching, that are developing their companies.
My advice would be not to stop. Don't stop. As much as you hesitate, as much as you second guess yourself, that's a good thing. That's organic growth. That is organic knowledge. That is everything that a good company needs to do. Make sure that you keep pushing forward because it's in you. Everything that's in your head, speak it into fruition, speak it into the existence, put it out in the universe, and it'll happen when it's supposed to.
Thank you, Kim, for inviting us into SESH Co-work in this absolutely beautiful space, and I love your energy and the advice that you imparted to businesses. Back to you, Lala.
Thank you, Director Murray. Well, that wraps up this episode of Insights to Opportunity. I enjoyed talking to Tammy today and look forward to a continued partnership to truly create a diverse Houston business landscape and to advocate for companies like Marfran Cleaning and the business team. Mayor Turner has blazed the trail to make Houston the first city in Texas to memorialize the inclusion of LGBT business enterprises in the procurement process through an executive order, and we at OBO are proud to be stewards of this initiative. To learn more about OBO and our programs, including the certification process, visit us online at houstontx.gov/OBO or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just search for @HoustonOBO. You can also find us on YouTube at HoustonTXOBO. Until next time, for the Office of Business Opportunity, this is Assistant Director Lala Morris. Thank you.